Okay, let's talk a little bit about this bullshit floating around that Bitcoin isn't a currency, it's a store of value, and just what a false narrative that is. Well, an economic store of value has a certain meaning. It doesn't mean just that it stores value. It just doesn't mean that you can invest in it. It has a very specific definition in economic terms. And that's maybe not Econ 101, but it's right there on Wikipedia for anybody who cares to look it up in the first place. An economic store of value means that something fulfills three very strict criteria. It means that you can put a utility into it to A, retrieve the utility predictably, B, at any later point in time, C, taking out the same amount of utility. I hear people going from Bitcoin Core saying that Bitcoin was never meant to be a currency. It's a store of value. That's such bullshit for at least two reasons. First, Bitcoin was meant to be a currency. Bitcoin Core has failed to make it remain a currency. No currency has $10, $20, $30, $40 in usage fees every time you use it. With a currency, I can pick up a penny coin and hand that over to somebody. Bitcoin was the same. It is no longer the same. It is an abysmal failure at shepherding a revolutionary technology to let it come to this point, which was completely predictable. So in response, this narrative is now being pushed around that it was never a currency. It's a store of value, which is goal shifting, which is a failure to shepherd this revolutionary technology. But let's take a look at this store of value bullshit. This is Bitcoin's appreciation over the year. And people are going, well, look at this. I bought it at 900 just at the start of the second quarter this year. It's now at almost 18,000. That's a 20 times appreciation. That's a great store of value. No, that is not what a store of value is. That is an instrument of wild, unbounded speculation at its best. A store of value means that you can predictably, at any point in the future, take out the same amount of utility. Taking out 20 times the utility makes it extremely not a store of value. Taking out 20 times the utility does not make it a better store of value. That makes it not a store of value at all. That makes it an instrument of speculation. And while speculating is absolutely fine, we need to make crystal clear what we're talking about in terms of narrative here. This is not a store of value, and this is not a currency anymore. It might turn into high-value collectible. It might turn into the digital equivalent of Picasso paintings that are also horribly expensive to trade because you need to go buy bloody Sotheby's in order to sell them. But that is not the revolution we were dreaming about in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. Having a bloody digital Picasso painting is not replacing the central banks. At best, it's a misguided collectible. Bitcoin has forked. There is one fork that solves all of this. You know what I'm talking about. But as of today, let's make absolutely sure that this narrative of being a store of value is total bullshit in the most economic terms.